of a glare on him. I can't get rid of that. Oh well. Hi there, mister. Anyways, I just thought I'd pop on, and after my last video, there's been a lot of chatter on the Ramado person. And so I thought I'd bring up some of the things. This is not my opinion. I'm just sharing the thoughts of many people, okay? And from both sides. So some people are like, trust the message that she's giving. It may not necessarily be 100% true, but it's a good message. Some people are saying that it's another distraction. Some people are saying that are questioning if she's sovereign, why she's signing on the left-hand side of paperwork. You should be signing on the right-hand side of the paperwork and stuff. So there's a couple of questions going on about that. So that's been an interesting thing to me. Again, I'm all about the actions, what's going to happen. I want to see results from people. So they've been confirmed. She's been confirmed by some people and then discredited by some people. So I'm just focusing on the intentions of all because it keeps your vibrations high. That is the most important thing, is what are your vibrations and what are you focusing on? Are you just trying to bring your vibrations down? Are you filling yourself up with so much information that you're getting lost in the message? All of that stuff. So I've even had to discern a lot of stuff myself. So I wanted to bring up something interesting that happened today. I had mentioned last week that last Saturday, not last Saturday, the Saturday previous, so about 9 days ago, I went to the Safeway and I got yelled at by some men there. One man in particularly, and then it followed by another man outside and then a couple of other dudes. And then I met up with 3 police officers, men again, and they did zero to help me. And I'm talking zero. So, in fact, I Heil Hitlered them and told them they were the Gestapo for asking me for my paperwork. So, anyways, long story short, that happened 9 days ago, and the eclipse happened. And I thought that energy had kind of dispensed itself because in Alberta right now, like a lot of people don't know what the circumstances are. 2 weeks ago, we were told that you couldn't do patio service anymore. So there's no restaurant service, but patio service. And now tomorrow we get patio service back, but no restaurant service again. It's like this, people aren't waking up to the stupidity of it all. That's the problem. And so they're like, oh, it's still a thing here. And even so, while I'm in the Safeway today, I brought my little granny cart and getting myself a watermelon, and it's beautiful. It's hot outside. It's boiling hot. I'm about to leave the checkout, and right where I got yelled at, there was 2 girls, both wearing masks, and then a guy who wasn't wearing one, yelling at them. And the girl is actually kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. The one girl, she like, you coming at me, you coming at me, like she almost jumped over the turnstile to get at him. Like it was like, wow. And I don't know what the argument was. I have no idea what the argument was, but there again, it's a man yelling at a woman. So I go out and they chase the guy out of the store, which they didn't do that when it was me. The guys never got chased out of the store, so it was a little bit whatever. Like all of the people were right there in a second. And I was like, wow, that's pretty quick. So then I go outside and there's 5 Safeway employees standing outside, like some security, the manager, whatever. And I said to them, I'm like, I've just got a comment on it. This is the second time in 9 days I have seen men yell at women. When has it become okay for that to happen in Canada? When is it okay? That's never okay. I don't care what your situation is. This is basic bullying, period. Why can't people just mind their own business? And I said that to these 5 guys, and they're like, and I said, seriously, if I'm exempt, why is that anybody else's business? If they're having some, you know what I mean? I just don't get why it's okay for men to yell at women. And it's going on and on and on and on and on. And when I phoned that hotline of the police non-emergency hotline, the lady even told me on the phone, she's like, you're right. There is more men on women domestic abuse going on now than ever, and bullying and stuff like that. Interesting. So I wasn't participating in it. I waited until the whole thing blew over, but the girl was still in the store with her friend, and she hadn't even paid for her stuff because that guy was harassing her or whatever. And so she was paying for her stuff, and I was outside talking. But I can tell you right now, this is like something, that's the only grocery store I get to shop in. I'm like, I should be able to feel safe coming to go grocery shopping. Like, this is ridiculous. So anyways, just the energies are all over the place. And when this thing, like, I wanted to talk about Stampede here in Calgary too. So it brings up a very good point. Stampede, first of all, our city is 1.3 something million people. When Stampede would happen, so I think 2019, let's say, is the last Stampede we had, there was probably, our city increases for, it's usually the second Friday or the first weekend after the Canada long weekend. So, and it always falls around my birthday. Number one, the Stampede is the biggest human trafficking event in Canada. Do you get that? Over 1 million people come to our city for 2 weeks. So our city doubles for 2 weeks. Okay? So they're saying, oh, let's put the Stampede on. And my first thought was, well, I guess people won't complain about all these businesses being shut down because the Stampede is the number one thing that everybody in the city who has a business looks forward to. Everything revolves around the Stampede. So I don't participate in any of that crap, to be honest. I used to like the free pancakes, but to be quite sincere with it, it's like, who gives a shit? If I want pancakes, I can make them. But our like, people go out and buy cowboy boots. It's a drunk fest. This is what happens in our city for 2 weeks when Stampede happens. Marriages get split up. There's more divorces and more breakups of relationships during that 2 weeks than ever. Number one. STDs, unwanted pregnancies, not to mention the other thing I already mentioned, okay? Alcoholism, domestic violence, all of that crap. It is nothing to see at least 10 or 15 people sleeping on the frickin' sidewalk, dressed in really expensive, fancy clothes. Like, it's just stupid. Stupid. So, this is my take on it. Are you gonna complain that the Calgary Stampede is here because everybody's mixing COVID germs now? Or are you going to be like, yahoo, we're finally back to normal, and all of a sudden this fake thing just disappeared? Like, people aren't protesting the right things. I'm just telling you right now. Like, if you're going to be happy that it's open, then you better shut your trap about people wearing masks and getting vaxxed. Period. End of story. You can't have your cake and eat it too, is what I'm going to say. So if you're all happy that the Stampede is going on, then look at why you're happy. Why are you happy? You think your life is back to normal? It's not. You're just allowing another big human trafficking event to happen. Now let's get to the animal situation of it all. Nobody talks about all of the animals that are hurt every year or killed at that function, or the ones leading up to it. I have family in the rodeoing business. I know there's people give me the things of that's what animals like to do, that's what they're born to do, whatever. I call bullshit on it all. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's humane. Okay, I've never thought it was humane. Barrel racing, yeah, that's groovy. Horses running around a barrel, whoop-de-doo, right? But I'm sorry if you're like on a bull. I've seen bulls get their legs broken. I've seen like even chuck wagon horses. Like, I don't even want to talk about that. And I know that it's been something that goes around for years and years and years. And I apologize to all my friends that like doing that stuff. But that doesn't sit in a love vibration for me at all. Like, if I'm like doing that during some part of an event where I'm scared or empathetic that an animal or a person is going to get hurt, then that's not a loving vibration. That's just my take on it, period. So I haven't ever really been a fan. And I want to talk about something else to all the people who go out and chant on these BLM movements and they're all happy stampede is, you need to think about renaming Indian Village. All right? I find it offensive. I do. Like literally, there's a bunch of teepees in the stampede grounds and they're labeled Indian Village. Why is that not a big thing? Just, that's a curious question for me. I don't see people from India living there. Like, sorry, indigenous. That's what they are. So, anyways, back to this nonsense of my rant today. That was my 12 minutes of my theories in Calgary here. So you're welcome. I'm sorry if you don't agree with me. We can't all think the same things. And this is what it also brings up. If we all thought the same way, we would not be in this situation right now. We would be literally zombieing and checking out. And if you haven't seen some of those videos of catatonic people, holy hell. Holy hell is all I have to say. So I'm not engaging with any zombies anymore. I'm just not. I'm just not engaging with anybody who yells at me. I'm just going to be like, avert your eyes and walk away. That includes the police. I'm not engaging in any, like, that thing with the police 9 days ago, I swear to God, it was so volatile for me. I was walking away fully expecting to be tasered from behind and dragged down in handcuffs. I'm not joking you. That's how me yelling at these 3 police officers. So anyways, let's do a little card reading. I did one this morning and that was pretty interesting. I got Perception, the Stag, and the Merlin. So I just had one pop out. I don't know what that was. So, which I thought was interesting because it is all perception on leadership right now and co-creating your own environment. So please keep the vibrations high, guys. Doesn't matter who you're talking about. Don't talk shit because it's lowering your vibrations. That's why I'm not phoning the 5-0 and complaining about the 3 stooges that I encountered on the side of the road 9 days ago. But it is interesting. I said it very calmly and with love to the 5 men that were standing there. If only like one of them went home and said, wow, this chick really said her piece today and she was really kind about it. There's a lot of men yelling at women these days. Just knock it off. Had it. But I gotta give props to that girl. She was ready to kick his ass. I don't know. She could have had some help. She looked like she might have gone to a couple of those rallies for the Antifa. She was quite vigilant. Let's just say that. She looked like she would never back down from any argument. Oops, there's 2 cards that popped out. So, let's go. All right. I love you guys from Norway. I saw from Victoria. Yes, and I'm glad about all the things that are coming together for everybody. There's people are having a lot of good projects coming, and I know my screen keeps flashing green. I do mean that. Yes. So what I've heard is that the people who have gotten the JAB are most likely not going to be allowed to fly because of the spiked proteins that they're shedding off. And I've been doing my own routine here for keeping healthy. And first of all, keeping to myself is the number one thing, and keeping away from people. I've been socially distancing a lot more than ever. And I've also been taking these little herbal pills that help me with people's nonsense. So, and there's a lot of people doing pine needle tea and that sort of stuff. I'm also doing TRS spray again. That's a zeolite, oral zeolite. And I've been sticking to a pretty healthy, clean diet. Except for I made some double chocolate chip cookies. They were so freaking good. Oh my God. Okay, I ate one this morning. I only had one. All right, one. But I want to give a shout out to all of the people in my Raven group chat. You guys are amazing. You keep me very informed and up to date. And a special shout out to Willie Williams. He's the bomb here. He just keeps it really going. I love his little video clips. He got one reposted. I'd say retweeted, but it wasn't on Twitter. By I think John Q or something. So it's always nice when we get acknowledged or Q. So I've had one of my videos reposted by Snow White on Twitter. That was awesome. And then Willie had his had his reposted by John Q. And then another friend of mine got Q dropped last year. She was part of a Q drop last year. So there's just a whole bunch of fun things that happen. It makes you feel, it does make you feel like you have some encouragement that you're on the right path. That's what it is. So thank you guys. I love you all. And thank you again to Sapphire for being the troll hunter on Telegram. And I have been banned off of Crackbook for so long now. I forget. I don't even know how long I have my next ban for. So out of the past year, I think I've only been allowed to post for about 70 days. Yeah, you're welcome. Ooh wee, I love this card reading, you guys. So let me get my glasses. We have, I'm just going to put them in numerical order. We have the butterfly, the horse, and forgiveness. It's gorgeous reading. Accepting help from others, delegating authority, which I have been trying to do. The butterfly is all about beauty, and we all know what forgiveness is all about. So Carrie says liquid cilantro or horsetail tea. How is your Snow White flower? What? Huh? I don't know what that means. Detoxing with, PQQ, zinc, cortisone, iodine, supercharged, pine needle tea, red reishi mushrooms, D3 and K2. Music vibes, yes. Yes. So, I'm trying to read all of these, sorry. Norway, love from Arizona, yay! I love all these, the fam jam that we've created. And yes, I'm telling you, when we're able, and when I can afford, to have everybody gather, I'm literally going to have whoever wants to be my personal assistant, executive assistant, I'm going to say to them, hey, just create this email and then have all these people send you by the invitation, the plane ticket to a secret party somewhere. but you have to give proof of your actions in the group chat, because I don't want any trolls coming. I'll have to bring troll hunters, like Bagpipe Troll Hunter Spice from Scotland. She'll come kick your ass. She's probably only about 5 feet tall, but she's like, woohoo! So here goes the butterfly, the horse, and forgiveness. So let's start with the butterfly. When you see the butterfly, know that the power of beauty is in your life. The butterfly reminds you to see through eyes and watch the world be transformed. Beauty is in the one who looks for it. Today, look for the loveliness even in the darkest places, and you'll be amazed. All of the mystery is beautiful. Beauty is everywhere. You just have to open your eyes. The next step can only be achieved if you do this today. Someone may be giving you something beautiful today. Remember to be grateful. I got a gift yesterday, and I gifted right back, so I like that. The horse, accepting help from another. So the horse appears on your path to offer his assistance. If you're asking a question about your life, the horse says that you will indeed receive help from another to aid you on your quest. Too often do you refuse help from others? Yes. Do you sometimes feel that although you give help to others, no one helps you? That it comes to housework, I'm just rather do it myself. Although I live by myself, that was my thing. I just rather do it myself. I don't know. Well, you don't have to walk the whole way alone. You can get help. The horse appears to remind you that assistance is for the asking. Sometimes you need to be carried to get to your destination. Trust that when the horse appears, help is yours. Remember to ask for it, and also remember to accept when it's offered. And that could be, Romana helping in her way, whatever. Even if she is a psyops, maybe she's getting people to research more. I don't know. Everybody discern for yourself and research as usual, and don't hang your coattails on like anything. This is what I've been saying literally for a whole entire year. The celebritydom, the famdom of people knowing, someone, like even myself. I do still find it very weird, because I consider, even though I haven't met you face to face, I consider you all my friends. So when you come up to me, it's kind of like I already think I know you, if that makes sense. So it removes the celebrity weirdness from my head anyways. I don't think I'm just like anyone else. And I've met a lot of famous people in my life, and I really haven't given two hoots, I'm not joking. Wayne Gretzky just about ran me over with his car when I was 12 years old with my friend Sandra outside of West Edmonton Mall. He was like 19 or so. How lucky was I to escape that? Hey. I got his autograph though. But that's what started it. I met people all my life. Anyways, so forgiveness. Drawing this marker says that you must now search your heart for any unresolved resentment, anger, or disagreements between you and another. If you're still hurt or angry about another's behavior, or if there's circumstances in your life that you resent, this is a time when it's crucial to release the negative energy surrounding these situations. Forgive those three stooges, just forgive them. They can't help that they're dumb. So resisting this will only impede your growth and draw a more unwanted experience for you. It's true. Resentment and anger are emotions that actually bind you and hook you to the events that cause your suffering, keeping them alive inside of you, draining you of your life force and inner light. Nothing comes good from hate, anger, or resentment. Peace can only come through forgiveness. When you realize all that binds you to negativity, perhaps you need to forgive yourself for placing unrealistic expectations of your situation, resulting in a self-sabotaging perception tainted by perfectionism. Look at the world and see how the lack of forgiveness feeds the turmoil and suffering around you. Forgiveness is the key to freedom and peace, and it starts with you. This marker requires you to practice forgiveness so that you can be an active part of spreading peace and beauty through this troubled world. Now, I want to bring up something that my good friend Jessie Clausen wrote in her book about forgiveness. People would do better if they knew better. Okay? So ultimately, every single one of us wouldn't necessarily in hindsight say some of the things that we said, or did, or what have you. And that's forgiving all the things that you came into encounter with to get you to here, right? So I was actually talking about this yesterday with a friend of mine about um, helping women get pregnant or giving birth or whatever. Like I've been a birth doula in my life. That's a professional labor coach for people who don't know what that means. And what the experience have been with that is if you don't have all of the people on board in the birth process, the partners and the staff and whatever, there's usually some sort of I don't want to use the word trauma, but that's the only way I can say that. But if you have on the opposite everybody there cheering for you and pulling you through, it's like the most encouraging thing you could possibly partake in. So, and this goes back all the way to like 30 years ago when I helped a young lady deliver her second child and her partner was nowhere to be found. He just effed off. And that birth became more of a troublesome thing for her. And so this is what's kind of making me talk about all of this is that right now, if we look at the world being reborn, we have people that are literally not cheering for us to succeed, right? And part of that has to come with we do have to forgive them for not even knowing. Like the one part I brought up was when you have say even your kids that think you're a little bit nutty. Okay, I'm just going to use my family as an example because there was an incident last week and my youngest got upset with me. But those things all needed to happen from the people who don't agree with you in order for the birth to take place smoothly. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is that people need to release those triggers, even the sleepers, even though they don't know that that's what's happening. So since I made that video a week ago or whatever about that incident to now, I've had a lot of people say I've had an issue with my mom, an issue with my dad, an issue with my child. That is all the stuff that needed to be released, well, triggered, released, and forgiven. It's kind of like taking an uncrumpled piece of paper out, looking at it, and going, okay, now I can deal with this, and then light it on fire so that there's a new page in your book, period. That's how I look at what's happening right now with everybody, So protect yourself. Do your meditations of protection and light and love before you even leave your place in the day. Make sure you're doing your meditations and make sure you're discerning for yourself and staying balanced. Like if you're quick to be tempered even with just things like that, like people on the attack or what have you in your family. Like I did not react when my son freaked out. I was like, you know, just kind of had to let it go. Like you need to push these triggers, these buttons in order for the gold to be poured in. Okay, it needs to be fully broken in order for the gold to be poured in of love and light. So if there's still lingering negative vibrations, they're just going to keep cropping up like a weed. And I won't even use like, I don't think weeds are weeds anyways, but yeah. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Make sure that you're asking for help if you need it, especially mental help. And there, look for the beautiful transformation that this world is going through. We do all have to stand in our power, but we also have to realize when it's time to accept help. So, and I think that's kind of an interesting card reading for something personal in my life too. So I'm not surprised. But I wish everybody light and love on your journey today, and keep your vibes high, very positive. If you're in the city, Calgary, go out and enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be 29 degrees here. We just had 0 degree weather like a week and a little bit ago. I'm not joking. With snow. And now it's going to be 29 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So a lot of headaches. I've been feeling super, have headaches on and off, and also been feeling nauseous. Saltwater baths, drink lots of water, get lots of rest, and maintain your positive vibes. Like, as silly as that sounds, that will just, as fucked off as you get with people, just go, I wish you light and love. Light and love. And I'm faking it sometimes till I make it. So thank you guys all. I appreciate, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you. And oh, if you haven't seen the movie on Netflix, I had a weird, I'll have to do another video about it because I think people will think I'm right on crack if I tried to do it without a chart. I had an experience in the last 5 or 10 minutes with this movie called Predestination. Ethan Hawke is in it. I think that's his name. So Predestination. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a real mind bender. And the other one you should be watching is Arrivals. So those are kind of interesting takes on some of the things that are going on. So if you're looking for things to decode, occupy your brain with that. And right now I'm working on doing charts for JFK to 9/11. Everything's Rich Man's Trick. Yes, that's a great movie. I watched it last year, but I'm going to try and break it all into charts to make sense of it for new people waking up. So light and love, everybody. Take care. Have a great day. I love you all.